starting to record the YouTube as well. So good morning everybody. It's so nice to see everybody online this morning. So we've got our Crawford grade R children who have come to online school today. And we're going to start this morning by singing our Ready to Learn song. So I hope you're ready to sing. Let's start our Ready to Learn song now. Okay, we've got it there and we're back. Wrong one, which is not a good start. Okay. Keep the beats. Keep the beats. So tell me, are you ready to learn? And are you getting ready to sing? We're gonna have fun doing our sums and learning the ABC. We're gonna count from 1 to 10, and then we're gonna do it again. And in no time at all, we'll know it all. And then we're gonna teach our friends. Tap. Keep the beat. Learn about words that rhyme, and learn about telling the time. Circles and squares, apples and pears, and things that go bump in the night. We're gonna count from 1 to 10, and then we're gonna do it again. And in no time at all, we'll know it all. And then we're gonna teach our friends. Click. Click, 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 click. So tell me, are you ready to learn? And are you getting ready to sing? We're gonna have fun doing our sums and learning the ABC. We're gonna count from 1 to 10, and then we're gonna do it again. And in no time at all, we'll know it all. And then we're gonna teach our friends. No time at all, we'll know it all. And then we're gonna teach our friends. Great, well done everybody. Thank you for joining in with the singing. Now, one day soon, we don't know when, we are all going to be going back to our Crawford classroom, and we can't wait for going back to our Crawford classroom. There are just a few things that we just need to keep practicing so that when we get back there, we're going to be safe. Okay. The first thing, okay, this shoulder or this shoulder, whichever you want, is going to become one of your new favorite friends. Because if you need to sneeze, you are going to go, ha, shoo, and you're going to sneeze into your shoulder. Give it a try, everybody. Go, ha, shoo, and sneeze into your shoulder. Good job. If you need to cough, same thing. You're going to go into your shoulder. Because your shoulder isn't going to touch a piece of paper. Your shoulder isn't going to pick up a crayon. Your shoulder is just going to be there. And the same thing if you need a yawn. You're going to yawn into your shoulder. Now, I know we're going to have masks on. Yes, we are. And tomorrow morning when you come to online school, Tuesday morning, I would like you to bring with you your mask. Because then I'm going to open up the camera and I'm going to check to see what all of your masks look like. I've got a few masks now. I decided I would get some extras so that I didn't wear the same mask every day, and I could have, because they need to go in the wash. And then I could have a bit of fun doing different patterns on the fabric of my mask. The other very important thing is going to be the way we wash our hands. Okay, so we spoke about it. Okay, get your 2 hands and go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yes, and we get our fingers and we go into the soapy part here. We count slowly as we go. 1, 2, 3. getting your fingertips clean. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Get the fingertips on your other hand clean. Now we're going to go around our wrists. 1, 2, 3. Other wrist. You must be practicing. 2, 3. And rub into the webs of your fingers. These are the webs of your fingers. They also gather dirt. Okay, rub into the webs of your fingers and then go 1, 2, 3. And I know that feels like a long time to wash your hands for, but it's really important because the 3 most important things to keep us safe are going to be to wear our masks, so that and also to cough into our shoulders or sneeze or yawn, to wash our hands properly, and then there's going to be that very hard one that is called social distancing. That means we've got to stay away from our friends. Now I know there's nothing that you love more than getting right into each other's personal bubble. We've spoken about that bubble that we have around us before. It's an invisible bubble that you can't see. And some people are happy to have you come into that bubble. I'm happy to have you come into that bubble to have a hug. But other people are not. But at the moment, while we are all busy fighting the virus, we have to make sure that we do not come into each other's invisible bubble space. We've got to, and it goes from about as the tip of your fingers to the tip of your fingers on the side of you and down to the ground. So you cannot be in anybody's personal space, and that's the space as far as their arms and the tippy tips of their fingers reach. Okay, so now that we have sung our morning song, and now that we have spoken about protecting ourselves, because that's going to be the number one thing that we are going to talk about every single day, it's time for us to look and see which day of the week it is today. We've just had the weekend. We've had that Saturday and Sunday. The weekend is over. Now remember, I told you that in some places in the world, the weekend isn't Saturday and Sunday. In some places in the world, the weekend could be Friday and Saturday. And then there's some mums and dads that work shifts. And sometimes they work on a Saturday and a Sunday, but they might get Monday and Tuesday off for their break. So it's different for everybody. But for us, when we come to school, we don't come to school on a Saturday and a Sunday. And my friends James and Reese Herter, who go to school in Sydney in Australia, at the moment they have gone back to school, but they only go to school on a Monday. And the rest of the days of the week they do homeschool like we're doing online. So everybody's got different plans going. But I'm going to get up now and I'm going to turn myself around. I just need to move my chair so that it goes out of the way. And we're going to have a look at our board. That today says Monday. Can you clap Monday, please? Let's go. Monday. Exactly. There are 2 syllables to Monday. It is Monday, the 18th of May, 2020. That's exactly what it is. And if we go over here and we look at this chart of mine over here, it says today is the 18th. We don't say today is the 18th of May. We say today is the 18th of May. 18 comes before 19. And 18 comes after 17. And these are the interesting numbers here. Because when we build the number 18, we have a group of 10 that we put 8 on top of. 8 units go on top of it. And then if we break it down, it's very important for us to be able to see that it is 10 plus 8. It is not 8, it's not a 1 plus 8, because 1 and 8 make 9. It's a 10 and an 8, and we do need to keep remembering this. Our Numicon makes it look like a group of 10. There's our one group of 10, and here is our group of 8. So it's an even number because there's no odd man out sticking out over there. Like when we have a 7, you can see on a 7 that there's an odd man that sticks out. So it's an even number, and this is the way that we write it. We write it 18. This is a numeral. This is the numeral for 18. This is the number name. We write it in a number name. Now I'm going to bring these two back with me to the table, and I just need to bring my chair around so that I have got my chair with me and I can show you these numbers again. Okay, so remember, this is 18. It's a teen number. So the teen numbers are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. When you are that old, you are a teenager. It's a teen number. But then those other numbers like 20, 30, 40, 50, those are groups of 10. Okay, let's just count in those groups of 10 now. So we've got 10 fingers, that we know. We know that we have 10 fingers. So you are going to use your groups of 10 fingers to count from 10 to 100. Because it's nippy this morning, we're going to flick our fingers out, and that's going to get the blood moving through our fingers so that later on when we do our work, we're going to have nice warm fingers and they're not going to feel stiff and cold. Tight fists, let's go. We're counting in tens. Let's go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good job. Well done. That was amazing. Thank you for counting like that with me. Now today we're going to look at some more lines. We've been doing lines for a couple of weeks now. And I've got a ribbon with me today. And if I dangle it like this, I've got a curvy line. I can make a straight line with it. Can you remember what a line that goes from top to bottom is called? Because we've done this. Yes, that is a vertical line. And if I make my line go this way from side to side, what do we call this line? Yes, that's a horizontal line. And if we ever are confused between vertical and horizontal, we think about the horizon, where the sky meets the earth or the sea. Horizon and horizontal, they're cousins. Those words are similar to each other. It helps us remember. Then a line that goes like this, that looks like stairs going up, or a slide coming down, is what we call diagonal. Okay. Then we had a look at curved lines and straight lines. We've done all sorts of lines. Today we're going to look at lines that have an open end. Okay, so look, here's the top end of my ribbon over here. There's the bottom end of my ribbon over there. So we're looking to see where a line is open-ended or where a line is closed. So look at this. It's not quite a circle, but doesn't matter. It's a closed line. It isn't open at all. It's closed. Now some things have closed lines and some things have open lines. And we're going to play a little game today. You've got a page in your channel, and I didn't print the page in my channel, okay? I just drew it, and that's quite fun if you've drawn it as well. So we start off and we've got a mouse, and the mouse is on the top side of the line. Haha. But now we would like to close the line that we're putting the mouse, that the mouse is in. So what we do is we take a ribbon, okay? We take the ribbon and we close the end of the line. Aha! Now the mouse is in its little cage. If you've got a hamster cage at home, like our friend Zach has got a hamster in a cage, is his cage closed? Does it have a closed line or is it open? Okay, because in my bedroom, if I close the door, the rectangle that is my bedroom becomes closed. I think our classroom at Crawford is square. And if we close both doors, then we are inside the room and around us we have a closed line. It can be a shape, it can be square, it can be rectangular or triangular. But if we open the doors so that we can go out to play, and we're going to have to open the doors every day, whether it's windy or whether it's cold, because we need to have the air coming through. We need good ventilation to help us with this virus. Okay, so now look at this next part of this page. I'm going to fold it in half like this. Okay, we have the dog, and the dog wants to catch the cat. Now it would be very easy for the dog to catch the cat because he could run around this curvy fence and he could catch the cat. But we want to close our line. So we're going to take our piece of string or our piece of ribbon and we're going to close the line so that the cat is safe inside the fence and the dog cannot get to it. Okay. There's another one on another page that has a cat and a dog. How would you close the line to get that cat inside his own garden so that the dog couldn't get to him? And then you're going to have a fun game over here at the bottom, and I want you to leave the angular sides outside of the angular shapes, I beg your pardon. I want you to leave the angular shapes outside of your closed line shape, and I want your circle or your closed line shape or your round line shape being inside your closed line. Now some of you might say to me, you don't have a ribbon, you don't have a piece of string, and you haven't got anything that you could do that with. Then just take a crayon and do it with a crayon. But it would be really nice if you started off by doing it with a piece of ribbon. But you can take a piece of a crayon and you can close your line like that. And you could do that on all of the other shapes as well, and all of the other pictures. Then there's a piece of paper that has got a whole lot of shapes on it. It's got all sorts of things. There are even shapes that look like birds. There are squares and triangles and circles. There are crescents. There is something that looks like a tangram bird. If the shape is closed, I want you to color it in, any color you like. If it is an open-ended shape and it is not closed, then please do not color it in. Okay. The next thing that I want you to do is that you're going to go outside and you're going to find quite a big piece of paper, even if it's a newspaper, and you're going to find a toy. And you're going to put your toy onto the edge of your piece of paper so that the sun is behind it. And it's going to make a shadow on your page. Now, in the channel on Monday's work, there is a piece of paper that is going to show your parents how you're going to be able to do that. It's very difficult to describe, and it's also quite tricky for me to do here on this table in my little classroom. But where there is, I could do it with my hand. I can see that. So if I just grab another piece of paper, all of a sudden I've come up with a plan. I've made a plan, so let me grab an old piece of paper over here. Right, so I've got a bit of a shadow that is coming from the laptop that had the music on it. So if I look at that, see what I've done? Okay, I have got the light behind me. That is behind my hand over there. And you're going to put a toy at the end of your piece of paper. And the toy is going to be able to stand up by itself, which is going to mean that you have got two hands that will work by themselves. Okay. So if I hide that finger, maybe I could draw a triceratops. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Koki or my crayon and I'm going to trace around the edge of my shadow. I've got to draw on the edge of the line where my shadow is to draw whatever it is that my toy might be. Okay, so over here I have got a basket. Let's see if this will make a shadow. Not really, my basket of things. I was hoping that I should have given that a try before I started. Okay, let's see if this is high enough to make a shadow. I would have to hold it up. Okay, I would have to hold it up, so that's what the problem is. But you can see what it is that you've got to do. So there are three things that you are going to do for me when we are finished here in a moment. The first thing is that you're going to use your ribbon to protect the mouse from the cat and to protect the cat from the dog, because you're going to make a closed line shape with it. And when you finish doing it with the ribbon, then you're going to do the same activity with a crayon, because it will be easier for you to bring the crayon work to the chat to show me what it is that you have done, and it will be more difficult for you to bring the ribbon. Your second job is that you are going to color in all of the closed line shapes on the other piece of paper. If your parents were not able to print it, then please could they just draw those closed line shapes for you. If you don't have a parent with you helping you and you are working by yourself this morning, then you can draw your own shapes. So you would do it exactly like this. On your piece of paper, you might draw a circle. It didn't close, it doesn't matter. A triangle, it did close. A crescent, it didn't close. You draw a whole lot of different shapes, whatever you want them to be, but you only color in the ones that are closed lines. And your last job is that you're going to go outside with a piece of paper and a toy, and you're going to make sure that you find the shadow on your page, and you are going to trace around the edge of your shadow. Okay, now before we go, I want you to stand up, and we're going to sing that Numbers Rock song that we sang the other day. This is a moment for you when you can go a little bit wild. Okay, you can jump up and down because you're going to pretend that you're playing your guitar, and I'll do it with you, and we're going to sing the Numbers Rock while we count to 20. So let me just get this going on my, okay, I haven't got it yet. Here we go. Play on guitar. 3, 4, 3, 4. Play the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. Dance. Get going. Go. Singing the numbers. Sing. Here's my microphone. Sing. Let's go. Singing the numbers. Rock. We're doing it one more time. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, trumpet, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, dance, ready, let's go, singing the numbers, rock, let's go, singing the numbers, rock, Well done, everybody. Right, so I will be online and you can bring me back your work to show me, or otherwise you can take photos and you can send it to me on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to be waiting to see what work is coming my way.